Now, many people have this sense of burnout, overwhelm. There should be more to life than this. I'm disengaged in my work, in my job, and I'm just not sure what to do. Something's wrong with me that I have all of this stuff potentially. I have the holidays and the cars and healthy, happy families and security. But, oh man, I still don't feel great. Wow. I'm here to tell you that it's not your fault. We are living in a symptoms thinking or an extractive culture. So neoliberal end stage capitalism, it's basically a system that has evolved in a way where we are continuously growing for the sake of growth. That's the measure that many Western countries have put on success. Growth year on year. That could look at GDP, organizational growth, whatever that could be. It's relentless marching forward. So the extractive mindset has this thought of how much can we take? And now we'll realize that we need to add on at the end before the system breaks. So within this lifestyle, we are always on is the default. We've got to be hustling, we've got to be moving, we've got to be doing. Hustle, self-sacrifice, and hyper-independence are celebrated. This is what the exceptional leaders do. We measure success by output instead of sustainability. We look at stress and we frame it as personal weakness instead of a response to an unhealthy environment. We blame the individual. I'm not resilient enough. We feel as though everybody should be able to be all things to themselves, to others, and to organizations. We then, because we're hustling, we've got to get things going. We fixate on quick fixes. So when we feel unwell, we look at the symptom and we try and address that. So we use our apps and gyms and mindfulness and lunches and all of those things to feel better. And by the way, all of those are exceptional things to help us feel better. And I actively encourage us to bring and build these things into our day to day. Yet, if you have tried all of those things and you still don't feel exceptionally well, it's because that's still working at the level of symptoms. And we're not actually exploring the systems which are set up and kind of work against nature. We'll get to that as we go through. So we also ignore underlying systems and structures which keep us behaving in a certain way. So this hyper individualistic, always on culture is a default response to having to chase growth for growth's sake, maximizing stakeholder value, or making sure GDP is growing year on year. This means we are reactive because we're so busy hitting the deadlines that, our KPIs, our targets, that we think I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to sort out everything after when this project is complete, when this bit of work is complete. So we end up hitting burnout, and that is our red flag to stop and reframe the way we do things instead of putting it as our priority. We end up fixing surface level symptoms and not root causes, and this kind of reinforces isolation and self blame. So, whilst there are many benefits of this neoliberal culture that many of us live in, it is also systemically making us sick, and then we are blaming ourselves for not feeling exceptional.